Hey legends, and welcome back to the channel where we're using the new AMS2 leaderboard update in order to feel a little bit better about ourselves. So there was a pretty large update for AMS released a little bit earlier today, namely version 0.8.7.1. The main updates to this, they're quite numerous, but what we're going to do is condense it down into a small preamble for you guys before we move on to spending the entire evening trying to set as many leaderboard records as we possibly can before the aliens inevitably arrive and completely annihilate all of my times. Sound fun? Sounds pretty fun to me. Let's go. Now before we move on to the patch notes, make sure to smash subscribe, leave a like, maybe leave a comment. Any little bit you can do helps inform the algorithm that you're interested in our content and helps get it out to way more people, which helps us out a ton. Moving on to the general changelog of the patch, the main thing you'd all be interested in is the addition of the time trial mode, which enables the global leaderboards for many of the track and car combinations. Make sure to check that one out. I'm certainly going to waste a lot of time on it. Beyond that, they've implemented new cut track fraction logic, which should hopefully make the game a little more forgiving when it comes to invalidating subsequent laps whenever we run off the track. I know this has certainly caused a few swearing bouts on my end, and hopefully it helps you guys out as well. Another addition that you'd likely be interested in is the addition of the tire scrub to rack effect to the FX slider in the FFB section. Now this only currently functions under the new default profile, but it should allow us to feel loss of grip a little more viscerally through the force feedback. They've also added a minimum force function, which should really help out those of you running lower end wheels like the Logitech G29 and overcoming the initial motor and gear inertia and actually giving you some of those lower forces which you may be missing. Now take my word for it, AMS2 currently has some of the best force feedback in the industry, and the reason that some of you aren't getting it is simply due to bugs in how it's translating. So just give them a chance to fix it and I'm positive that you'll enjoy it. Beyond this, they've made various adjustments to various facets of different cars, from suspension adjustments to wet tires to all kinds of different things. If you're interested, make sure to read the patch notes in detail. It's too numerous to go over here. One of the other notable ones, however, is their ongoing adjustment to the AI. Their ongoing quest is to make the AI less sketchy and a little bit less hazardous to drive around. So the patch notes kind of go towards that direction, and we should be seeing more and more normalized AI behavior as we get up to the full release. Beyond this was the big content update from a few days ago, where they announced the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit and the Sigma P1, which is a new Brazilian prototype. Going on from there, I suppose the biggest part of the announcement was the fact that they've secured licensing deals with McLaren, Lotus and Brabham, which is going to lead to a bunch of amazing open wheelers being added to the game. The final thing they left us with was a big tease, which when you break it down appears to be the rear taillights of a Porsche GT3R going through the Nürburgring Nordschleife. I shouldn't need to introduce either of these things. If you have a history like mine where you've spent the majority of your time just hot lapping the Nordschleife, it's beyond imagining how amazing this is. If we get a full GT car pack and the Nordschleife, we can run proper 24-hour endurance races on this thing. AMS will be nigh unstoppable. I mean, it'll be well on its way to dethroning my personal king of sims, rFactor 2. Towards that end, it's worth saying that in a couple of days they are going to go towards a price bump leading to the 1.0 release of the game. So currently the game is on a 40% discount from its retail price and will be going up to only a 20% discount. So if you're on the fence about purchasing this game, get in there right now. I hazard to think that you'll regret it down the track. And that being said, if you're still on the fence, well, watch these upcoming hot laps and tell me how you feel. Speaking of which, let's get to the hot lapping. Thank you guys for bearing with me, and make sure to smash that subscribe. Let me know down below what you think about the update notes, and we'll see you next time.